What's good, Zodiac Chatline fam? It's another Sunday, and we are back. We are back. We are back. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about all of them, but I'm definitely excited about this one. And we gonna get Cassie in here. Welcome, Zodiac Chatline. It is Sunday, March 17th. 17th. What the hell? March 17th, 2024. Welcome to Zodiac Chatline. I'm your host today, and Cassie hopped on in with me as always. What's up, girl?
Not much. What's good?
Uh, Clearly more than I'm prepared for. Whatever. It's live. It's our show. I don't care. Well, just guys, we're gonna start it off, and we are gonna start off because, as everyone knows, March is Women's History Month, and as two women identified,
Excuse me.
yeah, but
Big
however you
fans,
identify,
big fans
but
of women,
listen,
irrespective
they
of our
rocking with
gender.
the women though. Hey. We decided to start off this show with women in history that we, and they could be, I did some present in history, but that we admire. So Cassie, I'm gonna let you start.
All right. Well, first both of mine are
Okay.
past, so that's interesting. My first one is Emma Goldman.
Okay.
Emma Goldman was a Lithuanian born anarchist activist. She emigrated to America when she was 16. She was arrested many times for inciting men not to sign up for the draft and illegally distributing information about birth control. And also, her and her partner did plan the assassination of a prominent industrialist at the time. He did not die. Her man's went to jail for 22 years for it. She did not do that much time for it. But yeah, she, an incredible woman, ran an anarchist magazine, organized with labor activists, just very, very interesting writer and person. And I read her autobiography in my life when Trump was first elected, because it was like just a really dark time, and it made me think it was like the worst time in the history of the world. But then I'm reading about, her experiences in the early 1900s when the cops are just shooting people who are trying to organize, into unions, and like kids are working 18-hour days in factories and shit. And it's just like, it's
Sounds
been
familiar,
worse.
doesn't
and
it?
and it's like, it's important to remember this stuff, because it wasn't always that we were just protected. And as people try to take back, those protections that we've earned, we have to fight for them. So Emma Goldman, a Cancer one, I found out. I don't know if I knew that before. Her birthday was June 27th. Both of mine are Cancer ones.
Shocker that she incited riots and was trying to kill somebody. I am so shocked. We know how y'all be feeling.
Right.
Well, on my side, I actually picked one that okay, I picked two, it doesn't matter. The first one, this right now is one of my favorite women that is existing in the world today. She is an American Basketball Hall of Famer. She is a four-time Olympic gold medalist, three times as a player, one time as a coach. She is currently the coach at University of South Carolina women's basketball. She went back to back with undefeated season, won and two NCAA championships in 2017 and 2022 because she is the greatest. She just won the 2024 SEC championship with the South Carolina women team. And I know y'all saw about the LSU game, whatever. Anyways, we love a good old Taurus woman, Dawn Staley. I have watched her college career. She's one of the reasons I've been into women's basketball. And she is such a professional, and she is such an amazing coach. And what I love about her is she holds herself accountable, and she holds her players accountable. And she very much does not allow people to talk down, because most of her players are Black, and a lot of people because her players play hard, they will describe them a little thuggish or anything like exactly. And it's just very difficult that Black women can exist as strong women without it being seen such a negative thing. And so there was a little kerfuffle between the LSU team and the University of South Carolina team at the end of that. I didn't really watch the scuffle because South Carolina ended up winning, but they were passionate. They were going for the championship. Shout out to Camila Cardoza, who hit a game-winning 3 against the University of Tennessee to put them in there. But Dawn Staley, great coach. She won back-to-back undefeated seasons with 5 different starters on both seasons. Not even the same. That's what I'm saying. So y'all, I just want y'all to give my prop. Dawn Staley, girl, if you watch it, we
Dawn
like
Staley, please. I
Speaking
love that.
That's flowers. Yeah.
Like you had a cart full of receipts on receipts. And I love it. And
her salary's
that's incredible.
In the millions. Her college coaching stuff, millions.
Good.
I was like, get them bags. You're gonna stay getting the bag though. Mm-hmm. All right. And who's your next lady that you came up with?
My next lady was the author of my recent book club book, which I picked because I read it last year and it was amazing. And I am a fan of her whole catalog that I've read. I've not read everything. But Miss Octavia Butler, science fiction legend, Black female in a genre that was not typically super welcoming of women of color, but just an incredible writer. Grew up in California, the daughter, I believe, of a single mother, and just like kept her head in the books. She said the library like unlocked, a whole world for her. And she was kind of an awkward person. She didn't marry. She didn't have kids, but she gifted the world this incredible body of work. And if you she was writing in the 70s and 80s, and I think the late 60s, I mean, into the 90s too. But all the stuff you read of hers, the stuff that reaches back into the past and the stuff that projects into the future is so spot on. And so especially reading her future projecting stuff, realizing it's taking place approximately now. And it's, talking about video phones and a water crisis and roving, gangs fighting over resources and all this shit. And you're just like, it's giving Cancer One psychic energy. You know what I mean? But I really, if for those of y'all that don't know, I do, love to read. I'm a big word nerd and, have a couple of English tangential degrees. So I've read a lot of different styles of writing, and she's like Ernest Hemingway, but better at what Ernest Hemingway does. The writing is so spare. It's not overly poetic, but it just moves, and it's so the imagery is so strong, and the story is just oh my God, I have to keep reading this. It's incredible. And I don't know why more of her stuff hasn't been made into movies. I don't know why, she's just not, I know she's big to people who read sci-fi, but if you haven't, go check out an Octavia Butler book.
What's one of the disappointed. What's a book you think people should check out first?
Wild Seed. Okay. That is, I think, such an incredible book. It takes place from 1690 to 1840, which is from the African slave trade and then into America. And it's sci-fi and historical fiction. I personally love books that are set in that time period anyway, especially ones that have dark and supernatural themes. And it's just really, 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 really good. Okay. Yeah. So I would start there.
Love it. Okay, well, my final one is someone I admired. I had the pleasure of meeting in real life, which was even better. She was a printer and activist, and at 101 years old when she passed in 2000, was the oldest living lesbian. She was born in Illinois in 1899, y'all.
Damn.
And she met her partner and they moved to Detroit in the late 30s and decided and created a loving space in their home for the queer Blacks in the community. It is none other than Ruth Ellis.
Okay, I know Ruth Ellis. Okay.
Oh, yes. Exactly. You already know. Yeah. So she also, the Ruth Ellis Center in our home city, Detroit, Michigan, was founded in 1999 to help LGBTQ plus youth, especially youth of color that experienced homelessness and were in the welfare system and just needed help with their well-being. And so their mission is to help them grow and have a positive outlook. I will say that meeting her was probably one of the best moments of my life. I used to go to a similar gay center that is now a little bit bigger, but Affirmations in Detroit. And we had the absolute pleasure of her coming down there and talking to us when I was probably 20, 19.
Wow.
So a couple decades ago. And it was actually probably shortly before she passed away, but I think Ruth Ellis is like people should always, always do their research about her. She's an amazing. And the best way is to check out Yvonne Wellborn's documentary called it's called, let me get it right, Living with Pride, Ruth Ellis at 100. And it just goes over her whole lifespan. And it's just, I don't know, Ruth Ellis has always touched me. She's a Leo queen, July 23rd.
Yes.
And I think it's amazing that in the 40s, her and her wife were able to create like a house space. I don't know what they would call them back then, but like, like a lounge, and all the, queer Black people could come there and feel comfortable with their partners. And of course, like I couldn't imagine being Black in the 40s, let alone Black and openly queer in the 40s. So for her to just continue to be a pioneer for LGBTQI rights and activists. And she was the first Black female printer, I believe.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. Yeah. Legend.
We love Ruth Ellis. So those are our women for Women History Month. I encourage you to do research, find some of your own.
Yeah, drop them in the comments.
Yeah.
What ladies do you love?
Because
shout them out.
We realize the world can't go around without us. They'll learn it soon enough, but we did create life, and that's just the way it is.
We can take it back.
And we will. We'll put that shit on lock. Y'all ain't no eggs. Okay. We're joking, kind of. All right, Cassie, let's talk about, we just had a very tearful crybaby Pisces season.
Well, what even has this been? We still have 2 days left, guys. Technically, the sun is still in Pisces right today, but
but this has been. I'm confused, of course, with Neptune, because I mean, the whole government is just on crack, maybe, or they just don't care to govern. Watching that dumb lady from Georgia dress up when she went to the State of the Union, watching all 435 members of Congress decide, House of Representatives, we're gonna pass this bill to ban TikTok, even though all of our seats are up for election. Just reminder. And there's just, I don't know, like I did not think I would live in a lifetime where our government was this discombobulated. Like
it is very weird. And like, again, not necessarily the first time in our history that our government's been a complete waste of space and just like marred with internal nonsense, but like it's really fucked up to watch it happen in real time. And like when there are real like serious issues that our government needs to be handling better and figuring out, and they just can't get their poop in a group. And it's crazy. It's truly crazy. And like, and it's been, Pisces season was very weird. It has been very weird because everything is in forward motion, but like most planets are not places that they are super comfortable being. There's a ton of this like Pisces energy now mixed with Aquarius and Aries energy. And it's just like all very weird. And it feels like what's coming forward is it's just like an escalation of insanity. I don't know. And Aries season is going nuts. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll get into it because there's going to be some abrupt changes, y'all. You gotta stay
I
tuned.
uh,
We'll talk about that
I
more
would
later.
encourage all of you to continue to look at your local governments closely and do the research on any protections that marginalized groups are not receiving. Because I feel like there are a lot of state governments that are really aiming to, you know, hone in on or very much like single out groups that are not always protected, and in order to continue to take rights away from them. And so like even if it's not you, it could be you. I feel like a lot of people for a long time are like, oh well, the blacks don't get equal treatment, but I ain't black. Newsflash.
Yeah.
At this point it's more economic than it is racial, so just remember that at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Exactly.
So
It's real. You've got to look at it like this. Right now it's like anyone who's not white, right? But once if they succeeded, let's say they wiped all the brown and black people off the planet,
mm-hmm.
then the people whose desire it is to rule over others will find another way to make the inner circle smaller. Then it's going to be all the men. So now no women are all
No.
right. Now we got all the men. Okay, now it's got to be all of the Anglo-Saxon, whatever the fuck. It's the thing is always going to get smaller for the person who just ultimately wants to have power and assert themselves over others. And fuck those people, man. The most of us aren't like that. Like, fuck them. But it's on us to band together and just be like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
No,
It's
because
fucking stupid.
they have that 4B movement where they're like, we just gonna live without y'all because y'all doing too much. So we are waiting for our guests to hop on the live. And shout out to Miss Ari Bryant. If you could message our guest and say, "Girl, we waiting for you," that would be great. Because yeah, I can do that. I can call her out, and she knows why. Well,
Wait.
not Miss Bryant. I don't know you like that, girl, but I do know who our guest is. If you could just be like, "Girl, we waiting on you," but in the meantime, in between time, Cassie. How was Pisces season for you? Really?
Horrible. It was actually really bad. I'm being so honest. Like, it was really bad. And I went to a very dark place. And this tends to, I
Thank
mean, I
you.
don't like, yes, thank you. Thank you. I think the end of winter is hard.
Mm.
And even though I like the days are getting longer and all of that, we jumped into, weird dreams.
Girl,
Like
yeah.
we jumped
Tell me
into
about
spring forward or whatever the fuck time, just more proof the time's not real, guys. But in general, this is it's been a depressing season. It's hard to watch what's unfolding still in Palestine because people can't fucking just
leave other people alone.
fucking get shit together. No, and like and then it's just a lot. It really is. It's a lot to be in the world, and it feels like times are not. Yes, you. Yes, me too. Me too. Like, times are never going to be precedented again. Maybe it feels we're really rolling into the unknown. We've been kind of in that since 2020 at least. And arguably forever.
Yeah.
Let's get that
I mean,
straight too. But you really feel it.
yeah, I feel like for our lifetime, like I thank you. I love everybody supporting our guests because I'm going to roast the hell out of this guest. And as soon as y'all know, and I'm not even telling you the details of why I am able to, but trust and believe, she gonna get roasted, full roasted, in all her little fire ways. But anyway, I appreciate her friends looking out because they here.
Oh, that's funny.
But I mean, I feel like our childhood, look at that friend, girl, don't I know it? I feel like for our lifetime, this is just, I was not prepared for it to be this wacky. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like in the 2000, you know, we grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, like kind of teenage years, and grown up years. And, you know, things were different. Technology was transforming, nothing to like it was
Yeah.
today. But like for a lot of us, you know, those of us that remember, we had cassette tapes and CD players, and we would make mixtape off a radio. I'm just saying, you know, now we're making playlists off of Spotify. Just saying, transitionally, I am excited. I was like, oh my God, all of this technology. And I feel like you and I both have grown with it, because I feel like there's a limit. If at a certain generational age, if you're not growing with technology, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
But all the politics didn't seem this crazy when we were younger. And maybe it was because it was so sugar coated, and we were they were able to control what we were able to see, which again is probably why TikTok they're trying to ban TikTok, because we see too much. Even with like the whole Queen Kate, or soon to be Queen Kate, I don't even know. That's still weird to me. Like, even, and
It's
nobody
nuts.
has answers for that.
Like, we could not have predicted in the 90s the way that the evolution of technology would impact every aspect of our life. And I think that's it, that the technology has allowed us to see, in some cases, the not even real information, but we're all consuming so much more information, and not all of it is real, and it's really getting harder and harder to tell fact from fiction. And yeah, gotta be like, it's like
Yeah.
an Alice in Wonderland type situation, because you're just, you know, you're in a rabbit hole, and who is to say what is real and what's not? But you're there in it, and here we are.
Yes, and here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce this amazing human who we were just waiting on, because that's just how her life is, and we wait on Queen Camene, but we love her. But this
It's Aries
is
season, baby.
It's Aries season. It's her season. So I'm gonna let it slide, but I'm gonna still roast the hell out of her, because in real life, this is my cousin. Her mom and my mom are sisters. This is my real life cousin. She is a super Aries queen. She has an Aries sun, Aquarius moon. We love that for her. And a Virgo rising. And she is a super mom, and she will tell it like it is and not hold back for nothing. I love my cousin. She is, you know, one of the homies. You know how your cousins are like your other siblings. And so she's gonna hop on here. We're gonna talk shit about
Oh
her.
my God, say more. I'm like, keep it going. Can we keep it going? She's like,
Look at the
hi
Aries.
guys.
Oh, tell me more. Tell me how great
Welcome.
I am. I am.
Hi guys.
What's up?
What's
So
up?
glad you can make it.
I was, oh my God, I was sitting up there. I'm like, okay, wait, I'm supposed to, just forgive me. You just know it's just one of those moments, just a
It's
moment. Then I
okay.
was like, oh wait, I can join on live. Girl, just
No,
going through it.
shout out to Miss Ari Bryant, because I said, hey girl, can you message your friend and let her know I
Like,
need her to come on? She was like, she
you're like,
on the
can you
way.
please? Because you're like, I know my cousin can get it together. I'm here, guys. I missed you
Yes,
guys.
we knew
Oh my
you would
God.
be
Hey
here.
to everybody. I see my cousin got this chat real loud. Oh, I see my other cousin join. I see you, Blue Iris. Like, I don't know who you are. I see you creeping in there, cuzzo. That's my other Aries cuzzo, who is actually Queen Camine's sister.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, they actually have all Aries
we
in
have
here.
all
Yeah, they got a
Aries.
wild
My
bunch of,
brother, everybody. We're
yes.
What?
just Aries taking over.
Yeah.
So we're all like me first.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah,
she's in a house full of air signs.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Gotcha.
Interesting,
yeah.
right?
Who was that? Who's Fred Claus? That's a cut.
Oh,
Oh, dang, you
he
got the
said,
whole
"Hey,
crew up in here.
oh
Okay,
hey,
cuz.
hey y'all."
All right, guys. So we're gonna talk about Aries season. And our topic for Aries season, we decided to pick self, because why not, right? So a couple definitions of self are an individual's typical character or behavior, the union of elements such as bodies, emotions, thoughts, and sensations that constitute the individuality or identity of a person. Yeah, I know. The entire person of an individual, a person in prime condition, and personal interest or advantage. So, Ms. Koko,
Mm-hmm.
your first question is, when did you have your first sense of self?
Well, let me see. It's so crazy because I feel like it took me a little bit longer than people, I'm sure, usually identify with themselves and say, okay, this is who I am, because I just feel like it's probably just the last couple of years, maybe like the last 5 to 10 years. Just with me putting everything aside and just saying, you know what, I want to get to know myself. With having kids, I feel like sometimes, and I got married really young, and I think that another reason that it kind of took me longer is because I have the habit of really wanting to take care of everybody. To want to make sure that everybody's good. If you're my friend, you know that I got your back. I have jumped in your problem. I am now in the problem with you. We are in this together. And it kind of held me back from just really growing and getting to know myself. So I feel like now I do it, but for some reason I feel like guilty of really doing it. It's just different because I have a people pleasing type personality sometimes. But now that I'm older, honey, it don't matter. You don't like me. You don't want to. You don't like who my new self is. That seems like it's personal.
Okay, Cassie, what you got to say?
Yeah, very much. That's a you problem, not a me
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
I would say I think I really got to my first um more fully realized self like my senior year of high school. I remember I was always just wanted so badly to be liked. I really wanted boys to like me. I wanted everybody to like me. People pleasing personality.
Mhm.
And I did theater, but that was the only place I ever like let my personality really out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like in class, I was just don't look at me, right? And then
Mhm.
senior year, I remember realizing I will never have to see any of these people again. Like after this, I'm going
It's
to
temporary.
college. I got into college. Like
Mhm.
I'm good. I don't ever have to fucking deal with these people again. And then I just was like, well, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna say the shit that comes to my mind. I don't care. What are you gonna get mad at me about? And then people started to like me more.
Mhm.
Like then I became like
Right.
cool. And it
Mhm.
was like, oh, like that was eye opening. I was like, oh, okay, so you can be anybody and be yourself. You don't have to
Right.
be perfect looking to be yourself. Because
Right.
there were some cool, pretty girls that I really admired who were like bold and shit. And it was just like, I thought you had to be that
Mhm.
to be that
Mhm.
too. Um, so yeah, that was me. And then that evolution lasted through, really came through in
Yeah.
college. What about
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Tanae?
Well, unlike you two, fuck people pleasing. Like that's just
Oh, here we
Mm-hmm.
go with
Team
Aquarius.
Aquarius don't
Mm-hmm.
give no fucks about your feelings or liking me, because bitch, I'ma be me. For me, I think it was about that time, but more so because it kind of coincided with my mom passing away and me coming out at the same time. I think that was my first idea of like what a sense of self was, and then it evolved into like this, but that's for another question. But my first sense was really like after I came to terms with being gay and queer and acknowledging it, saying it out loud, finding a youth group that supported me, and then telling my mom. And like as Cammy knows, like I was raised as an only child to a single parent, and I was
Mhm.
like the sun, the moon, the stars to my mama. I know that, like, and I was very fortunate. But it also like didn't allow me to really be myself. And
Mhm.
so I had to get to a point where I was like, well, I mean, I can't live for her. I have to live for myself. And so I was, same like you, senior year of high school. I was a little bit older. I was just turning 19, and I was like, well, this is me. And then I tried to figure it out from there. But I do appreciate that I had to go through something in order to be myself.
Mhm.
And really accept that. And Gotta Be Goldie says it makes me wonder how much patriarchy has to do with people pleasing. And I think that that's an excellent
Everything.
Yeah,
That's
seriously,
everything to do
Yeah.
with
everything.
it.
Mhm.
I think
'Cause
that that's a point. I think if we were a matriarchy, we would definitely see a lot more collaboration and acceptance of everything because, nobody really has to be people pleasing. You just have to respect everyone.
Right.
All right, Cassie,
Cool.
let's start this
Yeah.
question.
um so Ms. Camene, do
Yeah.
you think
Oh my God,
that
you say
there is
my name's so perfect. Just to throw that out there.
Oh, good. I
Yes,
love that.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Yes.
of course. I'm so happy to hear that. Do you think that there is an essential self, something within you that never changes throughout the whole course of your life? Or does every part of you evolve over time?
Um, I think that there is a sense of just who I'm going to be and who I am, which is a fun-loving person that's really not shy, that wants to be, someone's person that they can call and go to. I think that that's just who I am. But I would say that over the years, I'm excited to really like, sometimes I'm like, no one's giving me my flowers. I am happy, Kemi, that you said no, you cannot go out or you don't feel like it. See, for me, something so small is a big deal. Like I really will be that person that's just like, no, okay, yeah, even if I'm tired, just little things like that. I see myself like, girl, these knees said no, my back said no, I'm gonna stay home. And I don't know, the older I get, I feel like I can't really it's harder to like multitask things. And so I have small kids. I have to be a whole wife. I can be your friend later. I'm someone's sister. Like it's just so many different things that it's like I do what I want to do at that moment. And you just have to love me like wherever I am. But
Mhm.
I do see me evolving to be a better person, which I'm happy about, or me being a person that just really speaks up. And it's not like people over the years have been like, okay, or making me feel bad if I don't want to help them or do anything. It's just really just me. Like I get a joy out of like seeing someone happy. It's really corny, but it's literally who I am. So just not doing that, it makes me feel guilty sometimes. But what was the question? Oh yeah, I got the question. Yes, I do. I do find myself evolving. Sorry, I was just going back to me, and then I went back the other way. Sorry about that. Yes, I do. I'm like, question again.
I love it. I love it.
But
Mwah.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I definitely think I have built and evolved from my core self. I think my core self is well, Cammie's known me all of her life, and I've known
yeah.
Cassie about 15 years.
A long time.
And
Yeah, like
yeah,
12,
yeah,
13 years, something like
and
that.
I feel like I feel like I've been fine. I'm in my 40s now, and so I feel like it's a really fine tuning evolution in my 40s
Mm.
of like you're definitely like my core sense of self. I think everybody knows is like I'm pretty kind and caring on most occasions, but also everybody knows like I don't take no shit and I really don't care what people say. So I'm gonna
Mhm,
do what I'm gonna do, and like you can be with it or not, but that's okay. But I always come from a place of love and sometimes and a lot of times, honestly, self-preservation, because not everybody, and this includes family members, friends, co-workers, has your best interest at heart, and you have
mhm,
to be able to discern that boundary with them. And so like if that kind of is something that's not rocking with my core sense of self, I'm not allowing that, and I allow myself to evolve. I feel like within the queer community, masculine women have to be presented in a very certain way. There was a black and white, and even within I think the black community, and I clearly ride the wave of everything.
mhm,
And so
mhm,
I like that I've evolved into a very comfortable sense of equal masculinity, femininity, and
mhm,
like blackness and whatever else just evolved just kind of with it. But my core sense of self is always just like what is true for me, and what is safest for me.
Mm.
mhm, mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm coming there. That's where I feel like I'm at right now. That's I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? You just have to be mad. It's just like it's such a balance for me. Like I feel like I said I give my own flowers. I'm like, good job. Because I need to, remind myself that this is the best place. I feel so relaxed where I am right now. Like
Mhm.
the space that I'm in, honey, I'm
Mhm.
flying. I'm
And that's how
good.
you know you're in a good space, when
Mhm.
it's like when you're
Mhm.
able to feel comfortable and safe in that
Mhm.
space, because
Mhm.
you know, once you're more in tune with yourself, you
Right.
realize things that are not in tune with you and why you should just allow those things to move on,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And
Yeah.
it is people. And I feel like sometimes we hold on to relationships, whether it be friendships, female, friendships, romantic relationships, even family relationships. You are allowed to tell people in your family to fuck off. You are, because they may not be healed, and like, why are you dragging them with you? Why
Mm-hmm.
are you trying to help them? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if they not trying to help themselves, that's not for you. Everybody got their struggle, everybody got their karma, everybody got what they got to go through, and we all got our lessons. And some of your lessons don't be dragging dead weight.
Right.
That's just what I'm trying to say.
Facts.
So,
Facts. Yeah,
what you
she's
got
like,
on this,
that part.
Cassie?
No, that's all super real. I think I'm with you guys that I do feel there's some kind of like essential core of me around which everything else is continuing to evolve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, that is like you talked about being fun loving and, you know, not afraid to speak out in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for me, I have like a core of righteous rage. Like I do. I've long felt like injustice really deeply. Like it really upsets me and has since I was a kid. And especially because the first sense you feel that shit is not right if you're a young, bright female is that people don't expect females to be bright. And you're like, wait, what? You know, like, and that really
Mm-hmm.
rankled me when I was a kid. And I've kept that with me, you know, through
Yeah.
all of time. And also just like a fierce love of my family and my people, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the um yeah, that and those things, and then the other stuff has kind of evolved. But like Camene, you said something that I thought was really interesting, because I've been struggling with this feeling of comfort right now, because I'm with you. I'm in a place in my life where I am comfortable with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I am earning okay and trying to bring more abundance into my life, you know, and I'm heading for, I love my family, my husband, and all this stuff, but I am not comfortable with comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And I have realized that I have a very difficult time accepting it. I feel like I'm I'm trying to let go of striving and struggle, but I'm finding that
Mm-hmm.
really hard after so many years of like operating in that space.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, like, do either of you, does that like resonate with either of you? How do you like anybody? I don't
No,
know. Am I the only
it's
person
just
that feels
crazy
that
that
way?
you said that, because I'm like, I feel the same way sometimes. Like, to be comfortable, I'm like, I should be doing something else, or
Just
something's not right. It doesn't feel, and it shouldn't be that way. We should just be like, yes, this is what it's meant to be. For some reason, I don't know. I'm gonna blame it on the kids. I love you
yeah,
guys, but I'm just gonna blame it on them because they got me all over the place. Like, I think they
agitated.
were, yes. So you go and you just have to put on this, and it's like, then when they're in school, or like when it's time to just unwind, everybody's always like, girl, just relax. I'm like, I should be doing something else. Like, something
Yeah.
else has to be done. When
Mm-hmm.
I can't, I gotta relax later.
Yeah.
You know, I know that's not you today.
No,
I know
I
that's
mean,
not you, honey.
it's very different, you know, and as self as this sounds, you know, I don't have any other humans or breathing animals to actually care about. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I care about people, but like, I'm not required to
Right.
make sure that they stay alive.
Right.
So
Right.
it is different for me. I feel like I find waves of comfort, but I don't think I ever get settled in comfort. But I'm very much able to relax. Let me tell you, do not disturb is your best friend. Y'all be sleeping on that. Put that.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out, or they'll find you. Okay, it's
Right.
fine, fine. But yeah, I think that we have to just find okayness and
Mhm.
comfort. You don't have to stay.
Mhm.
You don't have to stay there, but you know, like
Mhm.
sometimes it's a joy. When you
Well, I
feel
kind of
like
want to go
struggling,
there.
girl.
I kind of want to stay in comfort. I just want to be covered.
I mean, but then if you stay in comfort, it tends to move to complacency, and
Yeah.
then it's kind of, and I feel like that gets kind of tricky. And so it's like learning how to like move through comfort,
Yeah.
like having, because
Yeah.
then you're not really growing, and you need a little uncomfortability to grow. So like, you know, oh, lock your door and take a bath. Yes, Tristan, she talk about luxuriate. I'm here for a good girl. Drop the bath
He's like,
kerosene.
honey, lock lock them out. She always tells me get a top lock, honey. I love them. Like, yeah,
Listen,
because I think they don't
telling you.
understand that we need that recharge.
Yeah.
Like, I am not super like what?
You're not,
I
Yeah.
but
just
you're not built to be. Nobody is built to be Superwoman. You always, and that's like the idea of self is also self care. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
you, even though you've given birth to these lovely, amazing humans, like you're still a separate person from them, and
Right.
they're separate people
Mhm.
from you. And like you can, it's okay to take care of yourself and tell them no because they'll be okay.
Right.
Like you're
Right.
not telling
Can you
them no.
come
Like I'm
explain
never
that
gonna.
to them?
I know. Can you let them
Can you come
know?
tell
It's
them?
so funny. And then just like, so just feeling pulled sometimes, but like I said,
Yep.
now I'm in this space where it's like, sorry, girl, I cannot, I definitely cannot, and I won't be
Yeah.
able to make it. But thank you so much for the invite, girl. I know I want to, hit those speaker boxes too, but these knees.
It's just like you get to a point where you realize like time is really, really valuable.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
and your time and even time for yourself is very
Mhm.
valuable. And so like what you can and can't do or will and won't do, like just make that immediate because you don't have to do everything. Like I'm not a person that has FOMO. Like if I'm not there, okay, maybe I wasn't supposed to be there. Because sometimes when you try and go somewhere and you were like, ooh, why did I show up? And then
Mhm.
some pow or whatever goes down, you like, damn, I should have kept my ass in the house. Right, exactly. Your pockets would have been cool and you probably
Yeah.
you
Okay.
probably wouldn't have got in no bullshit. But I'm just saying, like,
Exactly.
I know you and I know that this is that's like something you've been working on a long time. And like,
Mhm.
it's only up to you to decide when enough is enough and you're ready to kind
Right.
of like take that on for yourself.
Right.
And the guilt is like, I don't understand mother's guilt, but I can empathize with it.
Mhm.
Because like, these are your children and you want to be there for them. You want to like them to really be okay. But like,
Mhm.
they tell you on the airplane, put the mask on yourself first.
I know, to save
You
them
gonna die
back.
and they
Yeah.
gonna die if you don't.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Um,
it's just one of those things. It's getting better
I
though.
know.
So I am evolving
Just
into
take
this
it one day
person
at a
that I'm actually
time,
okay
one day
with.
at a
And
time.
yeah.
And to transition,
Mhm.
Camene, how do you preserve yourself within groups that you might be enmeshed in, family or otherwise?
Next question.
Not next question. Well, that's a real answer, cuz.
It's a real answer. How do I preserve myself? I'm still working on
Okay.
that. I think I'm still working on that right now. And just I think this is where comfort comes. So once I just get comfortable in the space that I'm in, then I'll be able to deal with that. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm dealing with a thing at a time. It's not like all the open tabs anymore. Like, girl, I'm too old for this. I love you. I hope you know it. And I just want from here into the rest of my days to just be smooth in that direction. But I am very excited that I actually married my complete opposite. And so when I'm having these moments that he is just all Aquarius just through and through, he just reminds me of taking that. So I'm so very thankful for him because he just makes this transition of evolving like so much better. Like I'm just girl. I,
Dave.
found, I found my person, and I'm excited that he helps me through this because it's been a lot, so it seems like the second that I'm like doing better and being better, then it's like someone close to me will pass or something that I just have to, it's just a cycle, that just keep life in it. I'm just trying to, just
Yeah.
keep up with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Life is life and a lot harder, I think, than we were prepared for.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
about you, Cassie?
No, and life's harder every year, it feels like too. No, I'm very much with you in that I am not like have no good answer. I have not figured this out. It's a weird thing being a mom in many ways. And I spent a lot of years being me, just out in the world, man. Spent all my 20s just traveling, just doing my thing, writing stuff, roaming free, and going into you know into motherhood and then just being like, oh, there's no you anymore. Like, you're done. Nobody's worried about you. Like, everybody's worried about the kids, the
Right.
family as a whole, not so concerned about you, Cassie,
hmm
the individual, right?
hmm
And like I said, I had a rough Pisces season. I was really emotional, and it's like when I'm trying to like deal with my intrusive thoughts and then somebody's screaming at me because I served them peanut butter and bananas on a green plate instead of a pink plate, I'm like, I want to put my fist through a pane of glass. Like, I'm like, I want to join a fight club. Maybe
Yeah,
that'll help me
yeah,
deal with some of
yeah.
this, you know, some of
To
this emotion.
all the moms in the chat, she said, "Moms Fight Club, sign
I'm
up."
telling you,
But
where,
like,
where?
you know, I have been trying to be mindful of my own triggers, be less on social media, because it doesn't help to have like get fed content where people are telling you how bad of a parent you are, like that you're going to
Right.
screw up your
Yes.
kids by
That.
yelling at them once or twice. I'm like, I can't be a robot, man. I can't just be happy all the time. Like, I
hmm
was trying to. I was fake doing the thing where you fake smile so that you feel
Yeah.
better. And James, my son, goes, Mom, I see that you're smiling, but it really looks fake.
Not
I love
called you
it.
out.
Because the kids are not going to miss any
I
words. They are going
know.
to tell you exactly how it is.
It's
You got to
like,
just love them for it. Oh
I
my
know.
God, I can
And
relate to you.
I know. I told him, I'm like, you're right. I was like, buddy, I read somewhere that if I'm not feeling so good, I should fake smile, and man, it tricks my brain. It's not really working, but I'm trying it, you know? And I try to preserve myself. And I'm with you also, Camina, and I have a wonderful partner who helps me, like, helps tune into the
hmm
us that existed before the kids, and like, you know, will tell me a silly joke or kind of like bring me back to like, yes, you are an adult and you have a separate brain and life from all of this.
hmm
um but it's hard. It
Yeah,
really is.
it is hard. Yeah.
But there's no other group in my life that I have this problem with. I'm quick to just be like, you know what, I'm done with this, because I have no emotional energy for anybody else.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. And it's so funny because, like, in the same breath, they can be themselves and just be wild, just regular children. But it's like I can imagine my life differently. Like I literally look forward to this type of kid abuse that I'm receiving
right.
because it's just like it
Yeah.
may at the end of the day, it's like, oh my God, they really do think I'm that cool that they have to say who's sitting on my right and my left. Like, oh my God, you care? So it's like giving me that same energy that I need to be
Give you
like,
that
of course. I know you guys
adoration
want to.
about you. Look at that. Shout out to my other cuz. Give yourself grace and let them know you need a minute or 20 to be a better person, parent for them, help you, help them, period. Okay, look, cuz.
Period.
Look at
That's
that.
facts. That's facts.
She was like, I'm
That's
just
real.
gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm the lone soldier on this one always, but it's fine. I love you guys both
Yeah.
equally. I definitely just tell people leave me alone. Like I just don't be bothered.
Are you
But
open to having little ones during the summertime to hang out with you? Question.
listen, I tell people all the time, don't send your kids to me because they're gonna be like, oh, this bitch is not playing. No, we'll have fun, but I don't play no games. I do not cave into the demands of children or animals, period. Okay. I say that every time, every time. Cassie, no, I met her little girl, and her little girl was looking at me like, bitch, and I was like, and like, what you gonna do about
And
it?
then by the end, Sydney was like, I'm gonna stay with today.
Yeah. Like, I'm always open to having my little cousins. If they won't listen, I'm telling you, but let them know. You remember how my mama was. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
play
trust me.
rodeo.
Oh
I'll be
no, honey.
like, come on, player. Square up, shorty. You
It's
gonna talk big,
so
Koko
fun though,
Brown,
because
honey.
kids, no, they're not going to be that way because kids are always good for the next person. So you're going to be
They're
good.
gonna
You're
be
going to get
great.
the best of them.
And I'm a
You're going to get
good
the
Mm-hmm.
best of
baby
them.
whisperer. I'm a baby whisperer. They love me. I would love to. They would have so much fun, girl. I'm a big old kid at heart anyway. That's all I do. Like,
Yeah, I
but
love it.
I think that honestly, what's helped me, when I say a mesh is therapy. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with my therapist just about just a certain situation, and just she was like, well, okay, how are you feeling, like how are you
Mhm,
taking care of yourself in this? I was like, bitch, this is not what I'm talking about.
mhm,
Why are we talking about me? This is that really kind of helped me just like step back instead of, like you said, immerse yourself like, oh, this is our problem. No, this your problem, and I'm here to listen and support,
mhm.
but you gonna have to deal with it, because no matter what I tell somebody, like this is probably not the best idea.
Right.
Some people just are intent on following through on whatever actions they are choosing. So,
Right.
all right. So we're gonna move on to the game.
Game
Yes.
time.
Actually, okay, I changed my mind. We're gonna not move into the game. I know. See, they not prepared.
Aries
I don't care. I'm gonna do
She's
it.
eclipsing it right out.
I am gonna ask this question in a different way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna answer it first and give you two a moment. Okay, it's gonna be the last question. Name one word to describe the newest version of yourself. And my word is prosperous.
Wait, it's two? Hold on.
It's
what was
prosperous, girl. It's prosperous.
Okay, prosperous. I like that. I like that.
So you guys take your time. That's the one. That's how we gonna ask that question.
Okay.
I like that. I feel like I have mine, and I feel it confident.
Ooh, we love that. That's a good old Aries one.
I know. Yeah, not a word
like
that I would have
that
always
sounds
described
familiar.
me, but I do feel confident right now.
Yeah.
All right, cuz you up.
Mine, okay. I think I'm gonna go with consistent.
Ooh. The question was for Gotta Be Goldie, what is the word you would describe the newest version of yourself? And I said prosperous. Cassie said confident, and Camene said consistent. That is a great one. Oh, that was good ones. Glad y'all can step on your feet with the homework.
Yeah. Just give me a second. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So, Camene, we're about to play a game with you, and it is called Guess the Aries Celebrity. So we're going to give you two celebrities, and you tell us which one you think is the Aries. Cassie, you are up.
All right. First duo, Nina Simone or Aretha Franklin?
For an Aries? Aretha?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
did you know that?
You need the respect. I never knew that. I didn't know that, but the respect
just
sounds
obvious.
just about right.
Only
Yeah.
Aretha would come on stage with a purse, get her money in cash and a gun, and tell somebody to try and play with her. Okay, that's an Aries for you.
A Detroit Aries, no less.
Give me rub my check.
Yeah.
And it better be in cash. She said it better be in cash.
Yeah. It sounds like I'm gonna go with Aretha.
Do you know Nina Simone's sign? Did we talk about this? Pisces. Oh, okay, that's interesting. All right.
It's still crazy. She did run up on somebody with a gun to get some money because they didn't pay her. That was after the fact. That's why Aretha got her money beforehand, because they tried to play black artists like that, and Aretha was like, "You not gonna play me?" And they didn't. She got every bit of her coins every time. I bet cash. They said that lady had a cash.
Some cash.
I ain't mad. All right, here's a great one: Eddie Murphy or Cat Williams.
Ooh, this is a good one. I might have to go with Cat.
Unfortunately, you were incorrect. It is Eddie Murphy.
Really?
Cat Williams is a Virgo. I know Cat Williams could definitely, but Eddie Murphy is definitely
okay. Yeah. No, I love it for him. When is his birthday? I love Eddie Murphy. You know that my favorite comedian is Martin Lawrence, and his birthday is actually on my birthday, April 16th.
He is the other Aries.
So
yeah, actually, Life is probably one of the greatest movies of all time. And you gonna need
the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing. She does it all the time.
If you've never seen Life, I highly recommend y'all watch that movie. Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Okay, when's his birthday? I know you looked it up.
April 3rd. Eddie Murphy's birthday is April 3rd.
Okay. He's an early. All right, and finally, Cassie, who we got?
All right. Of the, Kris Jenner's loins, Kendall Jenner or Kourtney Kardashian?
I'm gonna go with Kendall. No, excuse me. I'm gonna go with Kourtney. I meant Kourtney, not Kendall.
And
Kourtney.
that is correct. The right choice. Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Kendall is a Libra?
Scorpio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even messier.
Just like her mama and her daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that Bruce Jenner was a Scorpio, too.
Mm-hmm. I knew that. Caitlyn.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, I guess when he was her dad, technically,
I know.
Sorry, Caitlyn.
That's a whole other show.
They do not fall on the spectrum of anything for me, because they have just They had too much privilege to exist. And that's all I'm going to say on that note.
You know,
Anyways.
yeah, when you're the trans spokeswoman at Fox News, got complicated feelings about your privilege,
exactly.
right?
Everything Cassie just
Yeah.
said. Everything
Yes.
Cassie just said.
Still, no gender disrespect. Apologies. But
Queen
yes.
Camene, we just want you to know we appreciate you coming.
Oh.
And we're going to ask you to send the ladies and the folks off with whatever you'd like to promote for the world.
Let's see. I want to promote happiness. I want to promote love. Love and happiness. That song, that's what I'm just love and happiness. Yeah, no, love and happiness. I feel like that is the key to life. And that's how I will continue to live my life for the rest of my life. And so just whatever love looks like for you, whatever form, whoever it is, someone else's husband, whatever you need to do. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't mean that part. I'm just,
We do not promote
I'm
snapping
just
something
kidding.
that
I'm
ain't
kidding. I'm kidding.
yours.
I'm
That's a problem.
joking. No, of course, because
Unless you
don't.
got everybody's into it, you know?
I don't, I'm just saying just love and happiness, not someone else's love and happiness, not mine. Because you come for mine. So love and happiness. Period.
She said, don't come for mine. That's what she said. Try it if you want to. You won't make it.
You already know she's an Aries,
You
so
won't
don't
make
do
it
it.
up the
I'm
staircase.
joking. Just know that I'm joking. That was not even
She
funny.
gonna say,
No.
But
go try it.
seriously, okay, on the real, I really do think that love and happiness, I'm telling you, I know, Monique, I know. Why did I say that? That's just what I do. See? I don't
Leave
ever
that lady
leave.
man alone.
I don't be thinking this is just I just say stuff that's not funny, so funny
Listen,
sometimes.
if
So yeah.
that man want to leave, girl, let him leave and go to the other one. I mean, he ain't yours anyway. Clearly, if he going somewhere.
He's mine. Oh, sorry. My bad. Everything's gonna be
All
just
right,
fine.
Queen Camene is promoting love and happiness. Cuz I love you so much.
I
Thank you
love you
so much
Thank
for
you. Thank you
too.
for
Bye,
coming
sparkling
Cassie.
back.
I
Love
love
all
you
of
you.
guys.
your fire Aries energy, and
Oh, I love you
we are
guys.
going to wish you the best consistency for right my God today. I know that's right, cuz. For the rest of Aries season, I hope you have a blessed solar return. I
Yes.
know you be celebrating your life, so I'll be living
Oh,
vicariously through you. And
thank you.
I'm gonna kink you out for now, but you can still watch. I love
Okay,
Yes. We love
bye.
you.
you.
Thank
Bye. Love
you.
you guys too. Bye.
Have a great week and a great Aries season.
My cousin is a trip. Oh my
Oh
God.
my gosh, I love it. I love her. And thank you all for being so fire in the chat.
Yes. This is what we love to see. Everybody that joined because Camene is here, come back. Drop your signs in there. We are looking for guests
Yes.
in the future. So if you do want to be on the show, it doesn't have to be a relative. We want people we don't know because we want to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
So if you do
Know
want to
any
be on the show,
Tauruses?
yeah,
Put their at in here. Let's
holler
do
at
it.
us. Holler at your girls. And
Ooh.
you guys ready? Because we're going to talk about Aries season
Mm.
for real.
Mm.
It's going to be spicy. Aries season is about to be a mess, y'all. I ain't even going to hold you. I ain't even going to pretend. Like, they about to light this bitch on fire for real, for real. No holds barred, because that's what the fuck Aries do. They are the ones that strike that match and light it. And so that's the instant fire that you get with that cardinal fire. And we have the sun moving into Aries in a couple days. It'll be on the 19th, same day as the spring equinox. We love, for all you witchy people, it is the real New Year. So,
Yes.
but we'll talk about that
Yeah.
coming up. We currently do have Mercury in Aries, and our new moon in Aries will be a solar eclipse. But before that, we will have a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra on March the 25th. Mars will move into Pisces. This week is a lot, y'all. Mars will move into Pisces on the 22nd. And we still have our regular planets of Venus, Saturn, and Neptune in Pisces, Mars, Pluto in Aquarius, Jupiter, Uranus in Taurus, and the North Node is in Aries, which we will talk about eclipse season, and we will have Mercury deciding in the middle of that eclipse season to retrograde in Aries. But let's talk about the North Node and eclipse season. Cassie, take it away.
Sure. So the North Node, a measurement, it's a weird thing in astrology to explain, but it's essentially the axis that the moon is going on, and it switches sister signs every year and a half or so. And right now, all the eclipses are happening on the Aries Libra axis because the North Node is in Aries. And Tanae and I are we like North Node astrology. We are into that. The idea is that the North Node is the karma you are moving toward, and the South Node is what you are leaving behind. And right now with the North Node in Aries, I think what we're seeing, and actually if you look at the eclipses that have happened, the very first eclipse in this sequence was last April 20th. And I went and looked at what was happening in the news that day, because solar eclipses are also more public than lunar eclipses, are a little bit more private and emotional and have you like in your feelings. But so April 20th, 2023, Ron DeSantis signs his 6-week abortion ban. The same day, the House of Representatives passed a bill banning trans women and girls from competing in women and girls sports. And I'm really interested to see what comes out of the rest of the cycle as related to laws concerning our rights and in our female bodies. And all but one of the eclipses in this Aries Libra cycle are solar eclipses. So there's going to be a lot of big like public shakeups. This very first one in Libra on the 25th is a full lunar eclipse. I would expect people to be dealing with some shakeups in their personal relationships that may or may not be permanent. And so, be prepared that sometimes eclipses are going to come with big energy that seems like, oh my God, this is fundamentally like shaking my world. And it could be that 2 weeks later, it's fine. It could be that it does completely get shaken out, or that it comes back around, within this year and a half cycle. But those abrupt changes may not always be permanent, and it's not a good time. Eclipses are not a good time to try to manifest things or do any kind of like big magic. I would say the good day, if you want to do some manifesting sometime soon, is the spring equinox, the 19th, the witchy new year, which we'll pop on a live and talk about that on the 19th. But yeah, it's I also looked, and the second eclipse that happened in the cycle was October 14th of 2023, 1 week after the terrorist bombing in Israel that led to the present conflict in Palestine. And, traditionally astrology thinks that the things that start around a solar eclipse will end around the next one of that sign. So, I don't know as though any of us think there's going to be a quick resolution to that, but, if you had to predict the astrology of it, you would think maybe October of this year. I pray every day it's sooner.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aries Libra is the axis of your personal, your ego, yourself versus your relationship with others, their partnerships, the people you choose to cooperate with. And we're all having to ask ourselves that,
Yeah. And I would definitely say, as Cassie said, if you do have shakeups in your during the eclipse in your relationships, I feel like a lot of people forget that those shakeups shouldn't be a surprise. I feel like there were signs prior to, and if you weren't listening, usually those shakeups are like, pay attention.
Yeah.
And the universe always has this way of speaking and balancing everything out, which is kind of Libra things, balancing everything out. But especially in your and I feel like where is yourself within your relationship? And if you're not feeling heard or seen, or it doesn't feel like a partnership, how do you shift that? How do you evolve from and it could be a shift of okay, this isn't a balanced partnership. How do we move that to where it's not so much individual selves, and how are we going to make it a partnership? Or are we too codependent on each other, and how do we have more independence from each other? It's gonna go one way or the other. I feel like you already know where your relationship is. Okay. secret. And like I said, whatever happens is probably a secret that you just didn't want to know. I
Yeah.
find it very interesting. The one relationship that we continue to see in the spotlight is Prince William and Princess Kate. And there's so many. And I mean, I have found a plethora of rumors and conspiracies about what is actually going on, including the mistress, just like his raggedy daddy, but whatever. We all make choices, that like my cousin said, what that other person man, right? Um, but I would encourage you to be honest with yourself, especially during eclipse seasons, because like that is one time you can't lie or hide. Like that shit is
Yeah.
going to, if you don't want to be caught doing something you shouldn't be doing, you should either stop or just come clean. Because you don't, it's like I feel like you never want somebody else to tell your story. You never want somebody else to find out about what you're doing from somebody else, like especially if it's going to affect that person, because that's the worst feeling in the world. You would rather your person, whether it hurts or not, you'd rather a person just tell you rather than you go for the bro. It is ghetto, they thieves anyway. You would rather that person tell you than you find out. And eclipses are definitely reveal, and I believe solar eclipses sometimes is a little more masculine energy, and lunar eclipses, it's usually, sometimes they talk about female energies being eclipsed out of your life. So I would encourage you during this Aries season, as fired up as you feel inside, lay low, bro, because you're gonna burn yourself out.
Yeah, I think you bring up a really good point about eclipse energies and the fact that it really is taking off veils, and the ones that we put on ourselves primarily. Like, and typically most of the veils we wear are ones that we have put on ourselves or we have chosen to keep there. Maybe we inherited them, but we kept it there.
Mm-hmm.
And so if something happens that's very abrupt to you, maybe try unpacking that. Why was it so startling? What foundational truth do you now realize was never as solid as you thought it was?
That
And
part.
it's this potent energy to work with. But I'm with Tanae. Don't you? You're going to be really burning yourself out if you're trying to like output a lot during this time. Like, and it's unfortunate because Aries season is typically, and spring, we want to get going right away. And normally on a spring equinox, I'd be like, yeah, start new projects, whatever. But now I'm like, start thinking about starting new projects.
Or
It's like,
go back to projects that might need a little new
yeah,
spark, a new refresher, but not like a new,
yeah, especially with the Mercury retrograde of it all, which happens right between the two eclipses. On the first, it goes retrograde on the first
entire
in
month of
Aries.
April, the 1st through the 20th. So April 1st, April Fools, but not through April the 25th, right? Just past a little bit into Taurus season, we have Mercury retrograde in Aries, and as
it's in
Cassie
Aries
told,
the whole time.
which
Whole time.
is crazy
Uh-huh.
in itself. And as Cassie talked about when our Mercury's in Aries real, like, watch your mouth, because you might say a lot of crazy shit. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the internal fire that you're feeling, it is not meant to be said aloud. Okay. It's not like you might want to pause that, or you know what, record it and come back to it and decide later, should you really say that out
Yeah.
loud?
Utilize that drafts
Yeah.
folder.
For sure. Too many people don't. Too many people put that shit on. You'd be like, bro, did you hear that? No,
Did
you
you
just
hit
said
send too
record.
fast?
Record. I like what Gotta Be Goldie says, start the long game projects. I mean, she's right. Like, and see where you're gonna be. I would say like long game all the way through till Libra season. And that'll give you kind of like some time, and then you'll be able to revisit again next Aries season, because the eclipse I think will still be there, and it'll probably be moving right after that into 2025.
Yeah, we have the last in this series will be a solar eclipse in Aries on March 29th, 2025.
Okay.
And
Yeah. So
we do have, starting this year, we tease into the Pisces Virgo ones. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces in Virgo season. But I'm sure we'll get to that when we come to it.
So let's just manage Aries season for now,
Yes,
guys.
one
Again,
step at a time.
enjoy the sparks and enjoy the energy that comes with Aries season, but temper that fire, especially if you are on the Aries Libra axis. You really need to watch your mouth, because what you say may be misconstrued, and I don't think we all realize, like, you can't take words back. Like, people will hear them, and, like, how it's like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Like, I mean, is that true? Because sometimes people say things and it's like, damn, that's how you really felt. So I just say, really journal, or do a rage room, boxing, anything highly physical, to get that whatever burning desire out.
Mom's Fight
Not against other
Club.
people,
Still,
not other.
just
Yeah,
DM, just
yeah,
DM me.
yeah. She gonna start a mom's fight club, whatever. But I really encourage you guys, like, take your time during Aries season. I know that's strange, it's the beginning, but, like, I feel that there's so much energy that is so unpredictable that you don't want to make decisions or have consequences that far reaching that you're not prepared for and that you can't change.
Yeah, I think underscoring that is also that all the change that happens in Aries season is in the inner planets. None of the outer planets move. The rest of them are all staying their course. None of them go retrograde. Jupiter through Pluto,
Yeah.
all where they've been, which is Pisces, Taurus, and Aquarius. And, like,
Chilling.
they're chilling. So don't take this era too personal. There's probably going to be a lot of highs and lows in your personal life, but they probably won't be that meaningful 6 or 12 months down the line.
Exactly. Just, talk to a therapist. Shout it out
Evergreen
to somebody.
advice.
Play a song. I mean, just find other ways for outlets for whatever anger may arise, because Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of war, and, like, it's a triggering energy. It's a very strong energy, and those of you with Aries and Mars, or Aries and Mercury, again, just watch your mouth. Okay, that's it. Audio journaling. I am with you. That's what I'm saying. That way you can hear it back and be like, even if you mad, cuss the whole audio journal out, but you ain't got to cuss somebody out, because sometimes you don't know what other people are going through, and you don't know where they at. And so just
don't know who has a gun.
Tread with caution. That's what I'm saying. Proceed with caution, especially in Aries. Oh, see, the Leo has Aries and Mars. You need to be quiet, then, for real, for real. I'm just saying, we love you, girl. Whatever you need, I'll come help you fight somebody. All right, you want to do the celebrity check-in?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, well, my first one is the lovely Little Mermaid, singer-songwriter, new mom, Halle Bailey. I love her. There's nothing she can do wrong. She is just effervescent. I don't know if that's a word to describe a person, but, like, everything about her is just gorgeous. She is 23, 24, guys, young. She can sing the back of a cereal box, and I would listen. I'm just saying, that girl got pipes on her, and she is just, and I love how Aries she was by saying, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't gonna know I'm pregnant. Y'all ain't even gonna know I had a baby. And I'm gonna deny it anyway. And what you gonna do? Nothing. And I was listening to, she got an award. I'm not really what show it was, but she got an award, and she basically was like, you guys are so much in my life that this is the one thing I wanted for myself. And she said, I wanted to keep this for myself. And she did a great job. And, like, I know that we want to be in celebrities' lives and in a business, but at the end of the day, like, we're not entitled to any of that. Like, they're people, not regular people, but they're people, and they are humans, and they have the same emotions and feelings. And motherhood is such a precious and very delicate time in a person's life, like, emotionally, physically, like, to sustain a pregnancy, to the hormones and the emotions and, like, all of that. So I am so proud of her for keeping that private. And shout out to you, little Halo. You got an amazing mama, girl. Bro. Sorry, I know your boy. Sorry, you got an amazing mom. Who you got, Cass?
So first up on my list, I would also use the word effervescent to describe this person. And I think I shouted her out last Aries season, and I don't care. I will shout her out every Aries season if I want to, and that is Diana Ross. Okay. She is so fabulous. Saw her live last year, and she was incredible and so cute, and just like just has this youthful like energy, this very light quality, and she's just walking on air and shimmers inwardly, and it's fucking amazing, and has a deep catalog still. Excuse me. Performs so well. Spring allergies, y'all. So yeah, Diana Ross, forever Aries, queen of our lives. I love
Also,
her.
Detroit queen.
Yes.
Shout out, grew up in the projects next to my mom.
Oh, love
Yeah.
that. All right. I mean,
All right,
I
right.
guess, you know.
I mean, no, like, well, they not in it now.
Yeah, right.
All right, so my second one, I this was a sleeper for me, but I actually really enjoyed this person. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Ugly Betty, Superstore, and gave the most heartfelt, moving monologue in the movie Barbie. That is the lovely America Ferrera. Just thinking about that catalog, and if you're our age, you've watched all of that, and you've watched her grow and evolve. Ugly Betty, like amazing show, really.
Oh, so good.
Superstore was just as funny, but Ugly Betty was really, I think, where everybody really got to know America Ferrera. And even in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, I thought that was such a cute little, coming of age movie. But the Barbie movie, her character was great, and I think every woman loved to hear that monologue and was like, damn, it hit in such a way. And so, shout out to her. She won quite a few awards, I believe, for that. So that's my second Aries, America Ferrera.
Love her. Speaking of America, my second Aries queen is the U.S. representative from Texas's 30th district, an attorney, a just badass, fucking effective congresswoman for her district, and literally eats idiotic Republicans for breakfast. I'm talking about Representative Jasmine Crockett. I fucking can't get enough of her. I can't get enough of her. I pray that she runs for Senate and wins, and I pray someday I get to vote for her for president, because I would, and I would knock on doors and I would call people, and she's incredible. If you have never seen her, you probably have, and maybe you haven't realized it, because she goes viral a lot for truly eviscerating idiocy on the House floor. She's very much like akin to a Katie Porter in that way. Like, she has a lot of moments that go on the internet. But she also is invited repeatedly onto news programs and does the exact same thing, and she's incredibly smart, and is always calling out hypocrisy when she sees it. And don't sleep on Jasmine Crockett. She's out here fucking doing the goddess's work. So Jasmine Crockett, I salute you. Thank you.
Jasmine Crockett,
Texas needs you.
Jasmine Crockett would get a double shout out, because she was my third person that I picked. And it's all good, because I was like, of course. So as you can see here, the Zodiac Chatline, Jasmine Crockett, we ain't even in Texas, and we support you. I will piggyback off of everything that Cassie said. She has definitely gone viral for quite a few things. During the Hunter Biden trial, she called them out for, I think, Representative Jones or something like that, because they were actually in contempt and they didn't testify. Also, most recently, when the stupid lady from Georgia was dressed up like a clown, she did at the state.
It's true.
At the State of the Union address, and what she continues to point out is the privilege that this person continues to promote, because they feel like they're allowed to not follow the rules but want to call everybody else out on rules. Jasmine Crockett, as the young kids say, stand on motherfucking business every time. And the fact that this woman is highly educated. She's not just out here like other people ranting and raving because they got elected, Lauren Boebert, but she is out here an educated lawyer, so she understands laws. So Jasmine Crockett, I'm with Cassie. Girl, you running for president? Oh, you getting signed on.
Yes.
That ain't no question. But if you do run for Senate, everybody in Texas, y'all already know y'all shit is fucked up with that governor. But make your shit happen. Jasmine Crockett, we love you, girl.
Yeah. Let's just end it on Jasmine Crockett. There's no need to
Oh,
talk
okay.
about my third Aries.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, see, Jasmine Crockett, you shutting shit down everywhere. Here for it.
Yes.
Here for it. Okay, Cassie, here is our question. Now, guys, we are in Pisces season.
Sick.
And we did, for our Pisces season topic, talk about dreams. And we got a great question of how do the moon phases affect our dreams? Cassie?
So I'm not 100% sure they do. So, but I will speak from my personal experience. Generally speaking, 2 times of the moon cycle to me are when I have like the hardest time with my emotions and I am experiencing the most like energetic imprints, I guess. And that is the full moon and right before a new moon, like the dark moon period or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I was really going through it, the dark moon period of this Pisces season. And so to me, it stands to reason that those times of the moon cycle, you would probably be experiencing the weirdest and most intense dreams. I tend to feel like really good and like kind of moving forward during the moon's waxing phases. And then once we hit the full moon and start petering out, that's when shit starts to get a little weird for me. Have you ever noticed any correlation or anything like that?
You know what I noticed? This is always the weirdest thing. What I noticed the most, I'm always awake during, like, it's very difficult for me to go to sleep during full moons or new moons. And I was born just before a new moon, I believe. But the moon cycle, like the full and the new, especially the full moons, I have a very difficult time sleeping. I'm always awake and I'm like, I just want to go to sleep.
Right.
But I do think that with you having so much Cancer energy and me being a Cancer rising and that the moon rules my chart, it's just the way it is.
We just can't escape it.
And I will probably pay more attention to the moon cycles in my dreams now because that was a great question. I actually, I don't know. We like amazing random questions. Send them to us. We don't know.
Yeah.
We're doing this. But I definitely, I would say definitely through the full moon, I have trouble. I'm always awake. I'm like, well, I do have to get up for work tomorrow, but I guess I'll just be running on 3 hours of sleep. So make it work. And the new moons, it's about the same. I think that my energy just feels so attracted and heightened to the moon cycles, especially those like dramatic moon cycles, that I probably need to meditate more or journal more, or use that energy in a different way rather than just like complaining about it. But we'll see.
That was one thing I was going to say too. I would suggest to the questioner is to keep a dream journal and sort of, you wouldn't have to necessarily look at the moon phase at that time, but if you do it for a few months and date them and then have a moon table out and sort of look at it and be like, do certain themes come up at certain times, or you would remember if some dreams were particularly like aggravating or emotional, and just see how it lines up to you. Because also, if the questioner was a female, it could have something to do with your hormonal cycle also, which tends to sync up pretty closely to the moon cycle. Who fucking knows? It's all a mystery.
Mine does. Mine does.
Yeah,
I'm
mine
like,
too.
well, here we go.
Right.
Like a wolf under the full moon. You're like clockwork. Sorry, TMI. Anyway.
It's okay. I'm a new moon bleeder myself. We've all got our things.
Of course, you and I. We make it work. So I want to thank the amazing Ms. Koko Brown, aka Queen Camene, my cousin, for joining us today.
Aries, queen of our lives.
Everybody that joined us in the chat, thank you so much. That was a great chat. Gotta be Goldie. You be keeping it lit always. We love our Leo sister. I saw all of the other lovely friends that we know and love that have joined. Before we get out of here, y'all know what time it is. Cassie and I picked Whispers of Lord Ganesha. I love this one is by Angela Hartfield. This is one of my favorite decks. It's so pretty. It's a mini T and Tarot. Pull that card. You ready, girl? This is the back of it. So all of the oracle elephants are the representatives of this deck. And they're like 40 something. So we are gonna get a message when Cassie tells me to stop because I'm shuffling under here for you. Okay, she said it. Kara! Ka-ka-ka!
Ooh,
Hey! We
yay!
got joy, 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 joy. That's a great Aries season
Yes,
one. And
that's
it's number
Camine's energy coming back to
yeah.
us too, right?
And
Love
that
and
is
happiness.
number 47, which does break down to 11, which is a master number. Look it up if you don't know what that means. But good job. Look, Goldie said, pull that card. Joy.
Yes.
We love this. This lovely card has our Ganesha with a little friend on the side with a little prosperity. The Ganesha is holding a little jug of prosperity. It has some beads around it. I'm sure they'll tell us about it. And there's this little, infinity
Ooh,
on the side.
yes.
So I'll let you
Okay.
guys take a look while I read. It says joy is the state of the heart and soul. Hello. Joy happens when the heart and soul unite. This union is to achieve expansion for a greater good related to your divine path. Joy can create in you a sense of contentment, acceptance, and serenity. Even when your life is in flux, you feel a deep knowing that whatever might happen will be for the highest good for all involved. When you have this knowledge in you, it brings spiritual determination. Even through difficult circumstances, such as those that you may currently be undergoing, you will ultimately find your happiness. Through this card, Ganesha acknowledges your stress and exhaustion as you work to adapt to new patterns of behavior and release your old stories. You may not be happy right now, but you can experience joy in knowing that striving through a difficult situation is important. You are urged to realize that you came into this lifetime to undergo certain experiences and to learn very specific life lessons. Be honest with yourself. Allow yourself feelings and emotions. Remember that if your heart is feeling wounded and its healing is taking place, you are likely grappling with deep feelings and sentiments that may have been repressed in you for lifetimes. Share your thoughts, feelings, and emotions and anxieties with those who can support you at this time. Joy will be the final outcome. Your energy and your inner light are shifting to reveal your life's grand plan. In this card, Ganesha holds garlands made of Iruka flowers, Eurukku flowers, which have the ability to eliminate negative energy from the body and mind of a person. In your mind's eye, make an offering of garlands made of Iruka flowers to Ganesha. In exchange, Ganesha blesses you with good health and freedom from ailments.
Ooh.
The
Okay.
name of this deck is the Whispers of Lord Ganesha. It's amazing, Goldie. It's one of my favorite decks. Again, guys, this card is, you know me, I'm a tarot card addict. Stunningly beautiful. I love the imagery that this deck offers and usually the very good explanations. And sometimes, and all of the cards just have words on them. And you may think what the word, you know what the word means. However, the book does give a very different explanation and it allows you to look in a different light. And I think we all heard joy and initially was like, oh, that's good. But it also talked about going through difficult times and finding the joy because you know it's always going to be at the end. So guys, as we said, we know Pisces season was a blubbering mess. We know Aries season is going to be a fuckery of fire, but that's good, right? I know.
That was a lost Game of Thrones book title. A Fuckery of Fire.
But for real though. I hope you guys take some time for yourself. And learn to temper that fire. Cassie girl, this was a
Yeah.
great one.
Yes.
I think we had more fun than we knew we were gonna have. And to anybody that's going through anything, just take one day at a time. Take a deep breath. Shout it out, write it out, audio journal it out. Go to a rage room, but don't keep it inside. It's only hurting yourself. Cassie, I love you, girl. Wouldn't want
I
to
love
do
you
this
too.
without you. To everybody else, it's all love because we out of here. Peace.